Brendan, are you a believer in scoreboard pressure, the pressure of the points on the board? Given the game was postponed in midweek, you have a chance to go 4 clear with a win tomorrow?
I just believe in where you aim to finish at the end of the season and how you collect your points. That's all that matters. So yeah, obviously I seen the game being postponed, which is unfortunate for the two managers, and did you make your preparations for the games? But no, you can only ever concentrate on your own team and doing your own job.
The old phrase "sporting integrity" has been thrown out. Suggestions that not getting the pre-split games done this weekend altogether sort of damage the integrity of the competition. Do you think that is a fair argument?
Well, all I know is that in both times I've been up here, that the games I've been led to believe had to be complete before the split. So that is the only thing that's ever been made clear. I know certainly in my time here and speaking to the guys that there's been moments when they've wanted to have the games and they haven't been able to be changed. So it's unfortunate, but it'll be something obviously for the league that they have to look to try and control.
You potentially could have to go to Dundee again after the split. How do you view the challenge that might throw up and all the issues around the pitch that have been spoken about this last week?
I've not thought one iota on it, if I'm honest. You know, we know that we will have 5 games in the split once it comes, and they'll all be tough games. So wherever we have to go to, I'm not thinking any more, any less on that.
Do you think that this has been damaging for the league?
Well, it's not a great look. I think obviously both games to have been televised, and especially in April. I know we've had a wee bit of rain, but you'd still expect to be able to get the game on. So there's clearly a big issue with the pitch there. Nothing I'm sure Tony and his football staff can control. I know I was up there earlier on the season, and it was early on in the season. I think it was September, and it looked very slippy and very not what it used to be. Because I certainly know in my first time here, I always felt Dundee was one of the best pitches. Nice big open space to play in, and the pitch was always in a good condition. So. But yeah, it doesn't have a good look, and it's something that I've always talked about up here, and is about the standard and standard of football pitches. They have to be at the highest possible level to produce the best football that we can to entertain the supporters, because that's our job.
How did Callum come through Sunday's game? Okay.
Yeah, he's come through well. We're still clearly managing him. He done absolutely incredible to be available for the game. Because the timeline was beyond Rangers, but he'd worked so hard. He wanted to put himself out there, and he'd only trained a few days coming into the game, and so I think that this week has been another good week for him. But we just have to manage it. He's not out of the woods at all. We just have to manage where he's at. But just seeing him in training this morning there, he looked very good. But it's also recognising that he'd been out quite a long time. You know, no matter who you are, if you've missed virtually 5 odd weeks of training, and you're not obviously going to be at your best level football fitness wise. But this week he's showed up very well.
Dyson Maeda, a suggestion he's got an injury. Can you
Yeah. Well, we got a few. We got Dyson will miss the weekend, so we just need to see. Yeah, he picked up an injury high up on his hamstring, on his tendon. So we'll have to see where that and what that looks like over the coming weeks. So, but he's certainly not available for the weekend. Liam Scales has picked up a slight strain in his abductor, so the likelihood is that he won't be involved tomorrow.
Will that require him seeing a specialist for that, or is it just something you're just going to have to watch?
Yeah, something that the medical team will look at, but yeah, we'll see where that goes in the next week or so, and then we'll see whether or understand better whether what inclusion he'll have now between now and the end of the season.
Must feel the team's in a good place after Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good. No, I was really pleased with at the time, and then coming away and analysing the game logically as well. I thought the integrity of the team, how they played, how they conducted themselves in the game, was absolutely fantastic. You know, from the start of the game, really attack minded. We had to go through moments of pressure, and that's when you really got to dig in and bite on the gum shield then and take it. And we did that very, very well, and then came through that and looked like we could win the game. So yeah, I was so pleased, because I always maintain it's the hardest place to go if you're a Celtic player when you go to Ibrox, and especially with no supporters. So to go there and deliver that performance that sort of highlighted lots of really good parts of our game with and without the ball, and knowing that we've got some difficult fixtures, but certainly when that fixture comes around again, the energy of 60,000 people, what that'll give us at home, then yeah, I think we're in a really good place.
A couple of off-the-pitch incidents, the bottle getting thrown at Matt, coins in the dugout, how concerning is that?
Well, it's exactly what I said. I think the integrity of the team on the field, the staff off it, was exemplary, and that's what we want. It's not ideal, these situations in the games off the pitch, but as I said, our integrity and on and off the pitch was superb.
For the team that wins the league, how perfect do you think their running will need to be with it so tight?
Yeah, listen, it's exciting, but I think that you just have to go into each game, and we're excited by that. You know, really bringing our big level now to the games, get important players back, functioning well, and like we showed in that first sort of 55 minutes of the game, where we were outstanding in our football intensity and real attacking mindset. So I think if we can only look at ourselves and go in to each game and look to produce that level of performance.
Just going back to Dyson there, given the way he's been playing, especially last week as well, it's a major blow, isn't it, to lose him at this point in time, and a worry in terms of the final part of the season, isn't it?
Not really. It's not. He's done great. He's done fantastic for us, and like you say, he was very, very good last weekend. But yeah, if it is to be, and if he's out, you know, there'll be an opportunity there for someone else to come into the game. What he brings, the intensity, the pressing, and all that side of it, of course, that's big for us. But it's an opportunity for other players to step up and bring that level of intensity and bring their individual brilliance to the game. So that's something that, like I said, it's not something you can dwell on too much. We've had a lot this year where key players been out, but you still have to continue. And I'm just liking what I'm seeing with the team at the moment. The focus, the energy in the team, the quality that we're showing, and yeah, we look to bring that in starting tomorrow.
Is Lewis Palmer ready to start if he's...
Well, he's available. He's available, which is important. He'd only had a few days training last week leading into that game, but he's had a really good week to 10-12 days now, so he'll come into the squad tomorrow.
Brendan, what did you think of the fans on Saturday afternoon turning up at Celtic Park, and what impact did it have on the players?
There was a big impact. It was absolutely amazing. I think they told me here that listen, when we get to the stadium, I think there'll be a couple of hundred supporters there to greet us. And then I got a call as I was coming up towards the stadium saying they've miscalculated it. There's a few more. So when I turned round in the lights and seen everyone, it was such a huge lift. Did it surprise me? No. No, the support of the club is incredible, and without being able to be at the stadium, that was their way of giving us a great send-off, and it was absolutely amazing. And I know, especially a lot of the new guys, were taken aback by that, as was I, because it gave us that real lift driving away.
What's your message to the support for the remaining games this season?
Just keep the faith and keep giving us that incredible support, because it really, really makes the difference. You know, I'm sure there'll be some edgy moments throughout the 6 games and in the cup game, but now you just keep the faith, keep with the team, give us everything, and we'll give you everything back on the pitch.
Mikey Johnston has just won the Championship Player of the Month, and I asked Adam about how Celtic would perform in the Championship and to compare the two divisions, and he thought this squad could do well in the Premiership and the Premier League. What's your thoughts?
but I would echo those thoughts. There's no doubt Celtic is a club. Whenever you get to that level, I think we've shown what we can do. You see, you look at Atletico Madrid the other night in the quarter-final of the Champions League, and we ran them very close, certainly in the home game. So, listen, Celtic's a club. It's the size of this club would always make you compete well in the Premier League. You'd obviously have all the resources and all the finances involved that would see you up there up towards the top of the league. So, but in terms of Mikey, shifting on to him, I'm absolutely delighted for him, because he's a young player that I always said I rate it highly. I think it's been a challenge for him the last couple of years in terms of injuries and having to go out on loan to play. I think the first 6 months of his time here, I said to him, just prove that you're fit, prove that you have the fitness level to sustain, to train every day and to be available for games. And in fairness to him, he did that, and by the end he was contributing for us. But he really needed games. He's 24 years of age. He needed to get out and play. So what he's shown and what he's demonstrating is no surprise. I said it before, he's one of the best talents to come out of this academy. He's quick, he's direct, and he can score goals. So for him to go there and get that award with some outstanding players in the Championship, it shows you how well he's done. So hopefully he can continue with that, and then come back to here Celtic in the summer and feel really energised again, full of confidence, and be ready to make an impact.
Brendan, the club are looking to reshape scouting, recruitment and so on. Are you involving yourself in that? Are you able to think about the future when you're embroiled in this kind of this end of season?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm a part of that process, of course. Listen, you're always thinking short, medium, and longer term, and especially if you want to be here for that longer term. I'd love that opportunity to help shape that. I've had a lot of experience in the game. The game is moving and changing all the time. I want to try and offer opportunities here for more of our younger players. So in order to do that, you need to plan that, and you need to have everything in place in below that's going to give those guys the opportunity. We need to take greater focus on our lone players. We'll have someone in a role that will come in and work specifically on that, and working with those young players and other players that are out on loan, and helping that pathway into the first team be clearer. So yeah, I'm very much a part of that.
Is it coming closer to making some appointments?
Yeah, we still have some very, very good staff, here that are working. We've got some staff that we're looking to bring in already behind the scenes. So and that will continue, but we don't go shouting about it. We'll tell you, and then it will be done. But there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes in order to do that.
Any thoughts about Adam Media's long-term future? He's obviously had a great impact since he's come up.
Yeah, I'm delighted for Adam. He looks like he's loving his time here and enjoying it, and I communicate regular with him. And the whole idea was obviously to get through to the end of the season and bring him here, and I felt that his impact could really not only help the team but help the other strikers here. And I think it's no coincidence that Kyoko's game has gone to another level again with that competition of bringing Adam in. I think you get two really different types of strikers there. One that's his penetration, his movement is sublime, and he can score a goal. And then we've got another guy who can run in behind, but he's more the target player who can take the ball in, but who can also score goals. So to have that ability to be able to change the game in that manner either way, and looking at each game and what that game may require, it's brilliant to have Adam here with the other strikers. So for me, he's made a great impact. He certainly has all the tools, and he still has a lot of potential. But I know he's really enjoying it here, and he's enjoying the pressure of being here, and he's responded to it really well.
That sounds like someone you'd like to keep longer term.
Listen, that's the player was available for loan, and he's come out to here. He's enjoying his time, and come the end of the season, we'll sit down and we'll see where we're at and take it from there.